Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This amendment is an amendment in short form. Says this, that none of the funds made available by this act may be used with respect to the case State of Texas et al. Versus United States of America. I point out to the body, Mr. Chairman, that that's the case that was filed by then Attorney General of Texas, Greg Abbott, now Governor of Texas, to protect the interests of Texans. It's been signed on now by 25 states, I believe, and this is in reference to the President's November 20th DAPA policy, his executive amnesty policy. And we have watched as this Congress has 3 times voted to reject the President's initiative, and the debate has been centered on constitutional grounds. The position of this Congress has 3 times been that the President of the United States is the leader of the executive branch of this government, and the legislative powers are all vested here in this United States Congress, in a House and in a Senate. That is Article 1 of the Constitution. That is what the President taught through his 10 years as an adjunct professor, a constitutional law professor at the University of Chicago. And that is what he also uttered at least 22 times as President of the United States, that he didn't have the authority to establish and advance an executive amnesty that would waive the application of the law for some 5 million people. Not only does this Congress agree with the President's 22 statements that he's changed his position on. By the way, the President has a 33-page Office of Legal Counsel opinion that is written, I think, very loosely, and I've read every word of that. But the President's convictions, I believe, were reflected prior to this political decision. And so my amendment prohibits any of the funds from being used to further defend this unconstitutional executive amnesty position. And, Mr. Chairman, I'd point out not only has Congress voted 3 times, but also the President's 22 statement, as I said, and then it's backed up by federal Judge Hainan, who ruled on the side of the Constitution and the rule of law and the separation of powers. And on the administration's appeal, then a 3-judge panel in the Fifth Circuit also ruled. They indicated that the state of Texas and the other co-plaintiffs were likely to prevail and granted standing to the state of Texas. And now we have an administration that appears to be willing to continue this debate on further and go with an appeal to the circuit court again. And they actually have the opportunity to go directly to the Supreme Court. So, Mr. Chairman, I go through this long list of things that have happened because a lot of money has been spent and wasted in an attempt to, let's say, the gracious way to say it would be to stretch the Constitution beyond any bounds that had been stretched before. And this amendment simply directs that none of the funds made available shall be used to continue that endeavor. And with that, I'd reserve my time.
Gentleman.